Hi guys, hope you're all doing well. Today's video is the second in the series of my top picks for fall. It started to get colder here in the UK. The weather is getting beautifully gloomy. Yes, it's gloomy and it's beautiful. For some people, maybe most people, it's probably quite miserable, but for the odd one that I am, it's a vibe. Temperature already dropping some days. Days are getting shorter. It's dark. It's blue. There's not much sun. It's overcast most days. It's wet. It's anything but cheerful. And yet I love it nonetheless. It's the perfect time to bring out some pick-me-up, deeper, denser, sweeter, and warmer scents. I'm excited to share some beautiful men's fragrances in my collection that complement this somewhat darker, colder, dim, and yet dreamy and beautiful fall weather so perfectly. They smell rich, they smell dense, they smell of woods. They bring about this image of fallen dried leaves. To me, these fragrances smell like fall. So without any further ado, let's jump in. Actually, the first one I wish to start with is an honorable mention, as it isn't necessarily a colder weather scent. I'm not implying that you cannot wear it in the colder weather. I myself wear it anything, anytime. Anyway, it's not part of today's lineup, but I just had to mention it briefly for two reasons. Because I know I'm kind of late to the party because everyone else has already spoken and kind of raved about this fragrance in their spring summer videos. And since I've had some requests to review it, so I thought why not just talk about it briefly. And the second reason is that I'm actually loving it so much. And even though the weather is changing, I just cannot get enough of it. It's Vibrato by Sospiro. It's not being sold at many places here in the UK. And wherever it was selling, it went out of stock quite quickly. But I finally managed to add it to my collection and I could not be happier. I got it a few weeks back and I'm so thrilled to have it because it's a stunning, stunning fragrance. It's this beautiful, crispy, fresh, citrusy, floral, powdery, zesty, beautifully woody and musky fragrance with beastly performance in terms of longevity and projection. And it leaves a fantastic scent trail. It's quite unique in my opinion in the way it's been blended. The powdery aspect of it is flawlessly meshed with the zesty and fresh nuances. It's so, what's the word? It's so full-bodied and rich. It's not just another fresh fragrance. It's quite unique in my opinion. And I say that even though it's been compared to Bulgari Tiger and a couple of other fragrances, this is a scent with substance, and we're talking about a lot of substance here. It reminds me of a particular soap from my childhood. It's nostalgic to me. It reminds me of this lemony soap from when I was young. I haven't seen that in a long time. Perhaps they still sell it. That doesn't mean that it's particularly soapy in profile. It's too elevated to be called a soapy scent. So even though it's my time to wear the deeper, darker scents, I'm actually absolutely rocking it these days. It's a potent scent that lasts even after the shower. I'm just so happy to have added it to my collection. I know I said I'll mention it briefly, and this wasn't a brief description by any means. So I'll stop raving about Vibrato now and move on to my actual fall list. So the first on the list is Layton by Charnel from their Les Exclusives collection. I want to say that this is the best scent I've ever smelled, but I won't, as I think if I do say that, I'll be contradicting myself massively, as I kind of feel compelled to say the same thing for a few other fragrances. So I think I'll refrain from making such comment or declaration, even though I do feel that on some level. But you know what? I do want to say that, and to be honest, that won't be an overstatement, because to me, this fragrance is an absolute masterpiece. It's truly magnificent. If you wish to have or use just one perfect special occasion fragrance for the months of fall and winter, then do give Layton a try. It's the perfect unisex but slightly masculine leaning fragrance that's every bit the scent of success. There's bergamot, lemon, labdanum, amber, patchouli, vanilla, musk, and sandalwood. It's ever so slightly citrusy, it's ambery, it's woody, musky, powdery. It's probably my absolute favorite amber scent besides Grand Soir and Okudo Desert by Tower Perfumes. It's a unique blend of high quality ingredients. It's long lasting with excellent projection and sillage, and yet chic in a very understated way. It's the scent of a man who's rich and accomplished on the inside. He's self-assured in a very natural way. He knows the difference between being impulsive and being decisive. He does his preparation and then waits smartly for the opportunity. And then as soon as he sees the opportunity, he boldly grabs hold of it. Whatever decision he makes with a clear intention, a cool, calm, and collected head. And once he's made up his mind about something, he's never in doubt. He may come across as cold and intimidating when you look at him, but he's very unpretentious. The way he speaks to you and the moment he speaks to you, he instantly puts you at ease. He's a guy who's loved by everyone and envied by everyone. You can trust him, you can rely on him. He has a dark air around him, but is a positive presence in the society and lets his confident aura speak for him. This is him, absolutely him, this fragrance. Citrusy nuances with majestically raw labdanum. It's sensually leathery and seductively animalic, still in a very, very sophisticated way. It's not dirty or funky in feel. It's leathery perfection, in my opinion. Dense and yet airy. Fantastic performance, as I said before. Long-lasting, big projection. Special occasions, date nights, high-profile conference you are presiding over or are being a part of. This one will put a quiet word out for you before you even start what you have to say. It's an amazing fragrance. I have a similar kind of love for this one as I have for Ganymede. It's so worth a try. This is Le Lion by Charnel. This next one I have here is Musc Ravageur by Frederic Malle. Musc Ravageur is one of the hottest fragrances and one of the hottest ambery musk fragrances I've ever smelled. Think of your most hottest, most sexiest, most seductive fragrances. Musc Ravageur is all of that, the most sexiest, the most seductive fragrance that you can wear and enjoy, and then some. There's a slight citrusy side to it with bergamot and mandarin, adding brightness without being the core element in the blend. It's a floral-free blend, and the focal objective of the formula is to make it sexy, which is where the musky, ambery base combined with the alluring sandalwood and vanilla comes into picture and play their part in the way the perfumer intended. The blend absolutely performs true to its purpose. It's a sexy fragrance in true sense, pure essence of sensuality in a very categorical way. It's not a fragrance which is appropriate for work. Unless you are aiming for a certain agenda on your list, you wear this on a date, you wear this on a night out. And if you're going out as a part of a group, make sure your special someone or someone you've got eyes for is part of that group. Otherwise, you're just wasting it. You wear it when you are planning for a cozy but sexy night. It's the perfect fragrance to share with your partner. You both want to wear it at the same time so you can bask in the seductiveness and the charm of the scent and can enjoy the allure together. Bergamot, mandarin, lavender, amber, vanilla, sandalwood, musk. It's warm, it's cozy, it's sweet, it's spicy, it's aromatic, it's powdery, not a powder bomb. It's woody, it's musky, it's vanillic. There's a cozy warmth to it and it's delightfully animalic. Yes, it may sound strange, but don't be worried about the animalic elements in this blend. Again, this one too isn't dirty or funky or skanky in feel. In fact, to be precise, I would say it's the kind of animalic you need in your life. I don't know what I meant by that, or maybe I do, if you know what I mean. There's a jammy side to it, so pleasant, so addictive. We are all different and we all interpret olfactive notes in our own way. It's a very personal thing and you may pick something that I don't, hence the reason it's definitely a sample first kind of scent. The thing is, if you are new to animalic nuances and fragrances, you may find them challenging at first. But I can assure you that if you go in with an open mind without thinking about the animalic side of a scent, more often than not, you may find the blend very alluring. This is one of those scents which is what it is because it is animalic in this hugely sexy and mysterious way. It's a beautiful scent. It's vintage and yet kind of trendy, dense and yet so very fluffy and airy, dirty and yet sophisticated at the same time in a very compulsive way. Long-lasting with good projection. It's undiluted sex in a bottle. Please do not blind buy this fragrance. Sample first. It's a masterpiece in its category. Try it, but do not form a negative opinion after just one spray. Give it a full wear test. It'll either be a blatant aversion or a total obsession. This is Musc Ravageur by Frederic Malle. So the next one I have here is Jubilation XXV by Amouage. This scent is luxury, sophistication, elegance, and confidence in a bottle. It's regal, absolutely every bit a nobleman scent, in my opinion. It's the scent that exudes confidence, class, and power. The power that's on the outside and also the power that silently plays just under the surface. Labdanum, coriander, orange, davana, frankincense, blackberry, honey, bay, cinnamon, orchid, rose, clove, celery seeds, gaiac wood, patchouli, apoponax, myrrh, cedarwood, musk, moss, ambergris, woodwood, immortelle. It's a very complex fragrance with loads of notes and accords, but what you get is this refined, fruity, ambery, spicy, woody, musky fragrance with warm, sweet nuances and earthy patchouli with resinous touches. So good, so incredible. It's smooth, so sexy, so classy, so rich, so opulent, and a bit of a masterpiece. One of the best fragrances for men, if not the best, in my opinion. It's so good, such fantastic blend. Jubilation 25 is celebration. It's a celebration of your identity, your personality, a celebration of what you have achieved. Achievement and success are not always tangible. What you consider as triumph is your personal affair. For someone, it can be setting up a business or becoming a CEO of a successful company. While on the other end of the spectrum, it could be getting through another day without giving up, without falling apart, or not letting other people's opinion of you affect you too much or make you deviate from your chosen path. No one knows exactly what your journey has been, so let no one's judgment cloud your sense of accomplishment. Celebrate and rejoice in your own little bubble before you celebrate with others. Celebrate small victories, small achievements. I myself have realized that it's all about taking that one formidable single step and persistence and just trying to become the better version of yourself than yesterday on your path to realizing your aspirations. So while you do not have to be the CEO of a multinational company or the president of a country to wear this fragrance, it's giving you the confidence of knowing that you are one of the best smelling people in the room and that you have at least one thing going on in your favor, and now you are at least one step closer to conquering the room you're in. This also is a fragrance for dressier occasions, or you're not doing justice to it and not fully using it to your advantage. And even though I think it's a dressier fragrance, it still is quite a versatile scent. You can wear it anytime for an important event, for a date, for a social gathering. Good longevity, lasts about 7 to 8 hours with moderate projection and creates a beautiful scent bubble. This is Amouage, Jubilation 25 by Amouage. This next fragrance is perfect for those rainy, gloomy and colder days throughout the months of autumn and winter. It's Gris Charnel by BDK. It's the Extrait version. It's got the inherent Gris Charnel DNA, but it's still different. It's the intense, richer, and more multifaceted version of the original Gris Charnel. It's warmer, cozier, it's more cocooning, more enveloping. It's wonderfully woody and delightfully vanillic. There's cardamom, black tea, fig, iris sisters, vetiver. Then there is patchouli, cedar, sandalwood, tonka bean, and vanilla. It's spicy, a little bit powdery, aromatic with an element of greenness. Patchouli here is earthy and woody. It's dark and intense, very woody, very creamy with added sweetness in comparison with the original Gris Charnel, but just enough sweetness to add that alluring depth and keeping it well balanced. It's not a largely sweet fragrance, and just like the original Gris Charnel, there is a freshness, brightness about it. Not citrusy freshness, but crispy, woody freshness. There's a very distant, very smooth and very rounded and very faint smokiness going on here. The texture, the depth, the intensity, everything is contributing towards a luxuriously rich and cozy wearing experience. Longevity is excellent with a softer projection. So in my experience, it's not a Sillage monster, but stays on the skin and clothes all day. And towards the end of the day, you can still smell it, staying on beautifully as a skin scent. I think it's a very versatile scent, suitable for any occasion and any social or work situation. This is beautiful. It's Gris Charnel, the Extrait version. Next, I have Voyage by OmanLuxury. Voyage is this warm, spicy, floral, ambery, incensey, musky, smoky, woody, masculine-leaning fragrance that's deep, intense, very sensual, and has a very elegant and complex and a formal character to it. Bergamot, pink pepper, ginger, rose, geranium, and floral notes, patchouli, labdanum, incense, ambergris, and musk. It's a very pleasant and sexy and charming kind of scent that will get you the compliments It's a complex blend with fresh and warm floral and ambery, woody, musky nuances. Performance is super good, stays on skin for 8+ hours and projects beautifully and leaves an intoxicating trail. Very versatile in terms of wear, different seasons, in between seasons, day, night, masculine leaning maybe, but totally unisex in my opinion. Date night, social events, you name it. It's an intense, complex, but very easy to like fragrance. It's Voyage by OmanLuxury. Next, I have Carved Oud by Thameen. If you are someone who really loves perfumes, which I'm guessing you are, if fragrances are a fundamental part of your routine and you are one of those people who turns back on their heels even after rushing out the house just because you felt there is something missing, and that something is you forgetting to spray your scent of the day, you decide to go back inside for your fragrance even though the morning rush is weighing on your mind. I know it's probably a very superficial thing to do, but you do it anyway because you feel you're not fully yourself. So you rapidly turn around, turn on your heels and go back inside just to spray a perfume on. That means that you are a bit of a fragrance buff, a fragrance fanatic, and therefore you need this scent profile in your collection, or you are essentially missing out on something that's kind of a cut above the rest. If you haven't smelled Carved Oud, this is a predominantly woody, spicy, aromatic, a little sweet, ambery, powdery, and musky fragrance with a sexy and wearable and the right amount of oud. There's cardamom, pink pepper, cypriol, cypress oil, cedarwood, patchouli, iris oud, vetiver, amber, musk, sandalwood, and vanilla. It's often compared to Oud Wood by Tom Ford, and there are definite similarities. In fact, it could have been either one of these fragrances here, because I really like Oud Wood as well. And even though it's quite linear in profile, it's the definition of a mysterious, sensual, and sexy fragrance. It's a smooth and pleasant and a very versatile scent that's perfect for any occasion, including date night, work, or social events. It shines beautifully with a suit, but use it with a crisp white shirt and a pair of chino trousers, or sweater and scarf and an overcoat, and it's your ticket to enter the good books of majority of the crowd you're around. It's excellent for that, for creating that ideal first impression. What you do after that, or how you keep that first impression intact beyond that moment, is all you and your personality, but this will assist you in gaining that first score. It's the scent of a man who comes across as effortlessly chic and sexy. It's spicy, it's aromatic, somewhat powdery. There's a lot of woodiness going on here. It's dark, a little sweet. It's very tasteful and delicate sweetness. Oud here is very woody and smoky. It's a very smooth and well-blended fragrance with warmth and sensuality. It's a very sophisticated, dark, mysterious, and elegant scent. Performance on me is better than Oud Wood. Lasts about 7-ish hours with a moderate projection. This is Carved Oud by Thameen. Next one on the list today is Caban by YSL. Caban is this warm, sensual, aromatic, woody, balsamic, ambery, spicy, peppery, powdery, and beautifully intoxicating and sweet fragrance. So there's pink pepper oil, black pepper oil, elemi oil, osmanthus, olibanum, sandalwood, tonka bean, and patchouli. The notes may suggest that it's a very peppery fragrance, but it's actually not. It's very subtle, very calm. It's a delightful, radiant, gorgeous, mood-boosting, and well-blended, smooth and creamy, woody and resinous scent with warm, spicy, sparkly, sweet nuances. There's a subtle elegance here. There's confidence in its spirit. It's modern, very urban in profile, very comforting, very cocooning in feel, and very, very chic. Beautiful tonka bean in the essence of the composition with the pink pepper, bringing this sharp radiance in the otherwise smooth and creamy woody fragrance. The tonka bean is in the core of the composition, which brings this light, almondy, vanillic element to it. In fact, for me, this collection from YSL has this wow factor, and I cannot imagine anyone not liking this one. Longevity and projection is good. Not beastly, but lasts about 7-ish hours on my skin with moderate projection. But people will be able to smell you. It's a beautiful scent. I love it. This is Caban by YSL. So the next one here is Ambre Nuit by Christian Dior. Ambre Nuit is this warm, dark, sexy, ambery floral with a wonderful bright side and a mysterious dark side to it. It's a refined and opulent scent with a velvety texture and a bold and sexy personality. It's rosy, a tad citrusy with the bergamot and grapefruit, spicy, this pink pepper. It's ambery, woody, and musky. It's one of the best rose scents for men, if not the best, in my opinion, and has a formal vibe about it. It feels very well blended and velvety, smooth in texture, calm and warm, sophisticated with rose, ambergris, gaiac cedarwood, patchouli. The patchouli is soft and the rose is very present. The performance is good, lasts about 7 hours with a soft projection. It's a unisex scent, but ever so slightly leaning towards the masculine side. But I love wearing it myself. But somehow it just smells and shines differently on men. It's a feel-good and an addictive fragrance. You'll find yourself feeling very sexy while wearing this when you are dressed up or are wearing warm clothes in winter or colder weather. But this is a very, very versatile fragrance and you can wear it on for any occasion, even work. It shines when you are dressed up, but you can wear it with easy wearing casual outfit as well. It's seductive, elegant, sexy and sensual and sophisticated and absolutely stunning. Beautiful opening with a superb dry down. The longevity is moderate, not super projecting, but covers your personal space bubble, so people will be able to smell you. It's not a screamer by any means. It has a softer, more elegant projection within your bubble. This is Ambre Nuit by Christian Dior. The next fragrance on today's list is Layton Exclusive by Parfums de Malle. If you know or have smelled the original Layton, but not the Exclusive, this one carries the Layton DNA, but comes with a lot of differences and a lot more substance. It's deeper and it's richer, it's woody, it's spicy, it's aromatic and powdery. There's also that fresh side to it, but I would say it's rather toned down in comparison with Layton. There's oud in here and it has animalic nuances. Bergamot, grapefruit, apple, geranium, cinnamon, lavender, agarwood, cypriol, gaiac wood, patchouli and vanilla. Perfect scent for colder weather, perfect scent for a special date evening or when you do wish to smell sensual. However, if you haven't tried this, this is not a safe blind buy. And even if you like Layton, there is still no guarantee that you will like Layton Exclusive. I won't say that it's a difficult to wear fragrance, but you do have to test it on skin before committing to a full bottle, as it's not an easily likable scent for someone who has just started on their niche journey or journey to understand more complex compositions. It can be a bit challenging, but once you understand the composition, it'll grow on you and you'll find yourself to be gravitating towards this one more often. Having said all that about it being challenging, it's an attention-grabbing scent and will get you compliments. The dry down is beautiful, lasts all day, so excellent in terms of longevity with, I would say, moderate projection. This is Layton Exclusive by Parfums de Malle. So even though Naxos by Xerjoff is my staple for this time of the year because it's perfect, my absolute favorite, a big shout out to Naxos, which to me is a bit of a masterpiece. But since I've spoken about Naxos a few times in the past few videos, so even though Naxos is a given, I thought I would include something else by Xerjoff, something that's absolutely stunning and perfect for the weather. It's a very underrated hidden gem from Xerjoff. It's 400 from their Join the Club collection. And since it's from their Join the Club collection, the notes are not published. It's often compared to Naxos and there are some similar notes, but they're quite different in how they have been blended and how they smell. There's that honeyed sweetness like Naxos and there's tobacco, white tobacco, but they don't seem to be acting in a similar fashion like Naxos. The tobacco isn't as ashy and there's this floral side to it, perhaps with rose, maybe tuberose and orange blossom. It's blended masterfully with the tobacco and patchouli and the woodiness. There's probably even a citrusy element to it. It's beautifully woody. There's syrupiness. Then there's this mood-boosting, addictive, vanillic side to it. It's a perfectly balanced fragrance with honey, tobacco, florals, with woods, vanilla, vetiver, and patchouli acting as the anchoring notes. It's a beautifully put-together fragrance, very, very unisex. On a woman, this is beautiful and sexy, and on a man, this is the same beautiful and sexy, but in a very attractive way. Performance here is excellent, incredible longevity, lasts all day on the skin and even longer on the clothes with moderate but beautiful sillage. And the people will definitely be able to smell you. It's a stunning composition with the honey, the tobacco, the woods, the vanilla, and it smells rich, it smells classy and upscale. It smells absolutely wonderful and delivers a pleasant and exquisite wearing experience. Very versatile, very romantic, appropriate for work or a date. This is 400 by Xerjoff. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Comment down below if you have any of these in your collection or wish list. And what fragrances are you looking forward to wearing this fall? Thank you for watching and thank you for subscribing. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye.